I stared down at the glass of red wine in my hand, watching it as it swirls around the glass. Now, at 25 years of age, and just as when I left school, and then after college, I'm still single, all on my own in this boring world created by my simple self. Every Saturday evening, I would begin with the same routine, readily waiting on my computer desk for a message of love. Just a simple reply of interest beyond that of a shady desktop creeper. Tanya is my childhood friend and a single mum, and she of course has promised to help me find love, or at least the closest thing to it. In reality, we will spend the evening getting drunk and comparing stories of our awkward online dating experiences. And you do get some real special people out there, like Shy Guy 69. He started off like any smooth talking bachelor, email after email. He starts with, "What's a beautiful girl like you doing, looking for guys online?" It eventually turned through to, "Do you live on a chicken farm? 'Cause you sure know how to raise a cock." I begin to revert back to the cold, miserable reality. It's late, and outside it's storming. Intervals of thunder roam the skies like a marching band. The rain hails down, eliminating anyone's chances of a decent night out, let alone mine. But hey, can't let that get my spirits down. I then bring my attention back down to my glass. Then I turn my attention back to Tanya, saying, "How is it that even the ugliest people in relationships, and we both just sit here alone?" "Damn, Becky, someone's got their bitch face on," Tanya replies. I do agree with her. I just argue, we are pretty girls, and we deserve someone to notice us for a change, and not all these fake girls on the internet. But of course Tanya then argues, explaining that, yes, we do get the attention, it just turns out that I am a little bit picky. And Tanya's right for saying that. I am picky. I do know it. But oh well, that's gonna have to change. So I begin at this point refreshing my emails on regular intervals, hoping that I'll get something. Anything. I'm gonna be optimistic. Tonight, I will put my conscience away and just say yes for once. So, I click the refresh button once more, and suddenly I notice a new email. A soft smile begins to form across my face as a feeling of self-worth and confidence grows. Tanya sees the smile, and as she reaches to comment, the chat connection is lost. Perhaps just a result of the horrible weather. So I click to open the email, and the first thing to my screen is this grotesque image of a distorted face. The features are twisted, discoloured, and to be blunt, it's scaring me. I quickly scroll down to where there's something almost like a chant, some kind of story or something. It reads,
"Now you have stared into the face of death. Soon another will look on your own, lest you send this face onto another. Alas, you must do this before the 5th stage."
I read on to where it depicts some kind of list.
First, a knocking will meet your door. The footsteps will then scurry across the house. Then after, You will hear it breathing near you. After that, you will find yourself lost in darkness as the lights go out. And finally,
That's it? It just ends like that? It never gave the last stage? It really has quite creeped me out. And just as suddenly as I finish reading it, Tanya's cam comes back on and she starts asking me if everything's okay. I turn to look at her in a daze. I guess maybe I got a little bit more creeped out about it than I thought I would. And just then, I hear a knocking. I look over my shoulder. I know it came from the front door. My skin pricks up as I make my way over and I step up onto my toes. Look out the peephole and look outside. It's so dark. I squint an effort to focus, but even still there's just darkness. No one's there. I rest my feet, feeling relieved and confused. I return to the computer. Again, I hear another knocking. I pause and turn around. Tanya asks me, "What is it?" I tell Tanya to quiet down, and for just a moment I wait in silence, but I hear nothing more. I guess maybe I'm just being paranoid and I'm letting that stupid chainmail get the best of me. I decide to shake it off. After all, I want to make the best of my night, and I'm not going to let something like this take advantage of me. As I did see no one was there. So I turn back to the computer and settle myself down. And just as I do that, Tanya starts to explain that I look a little too tired and maybe we should call it a night. Then footsteps. I hear footsteps coming from upstairs and I begin scanning the ceiling. I know they came from the room above me. My bedroom. I turn myself back to the computer. And again I read over that list from the email. It tells me that I will hear a knocking at the door. Then I will hear the footsteps scurry the house. Hesitantly, I draw my attention to Tanya. I decide I have to send her the email. As I do this, I begin to hear the sound of a heavy breathing, reflecting off the walls. My chest tightens and I begin to panic. Looking at Tanya's cam, I notice she's no longer at her computer. I call her to come back and eventually she does. I beg her to open the now sent email, and as soon as she has done, to just send it to someone else as soon as she can. She looks up at me confused and begins arguing, explaining she doesn't want to get involved in any of that chainmail crap. I beg her to just send it. She doesn't have to pay any attention, just read it through and send it. She stares at me warily, contemplating. She then opens it and starts to read. Suddenly, the lights in her house flicker. She looks around, and just then I see a tall shadow take shape behind her. Then, the lights go out. Hey horror fans, thanks again for listening. And remember, that was only part 1, so stay tuned for part 2. So, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so, and remember to like and share. And don't forget to check your inbox. Oh, and sweet nightmares.